And when you find potatoes at the market, if you feel it, if it's firm, it's a good potato. It means it's fresh and full of juice and it's ready, you know, to be eaten. Sometimes when you feel it, it's crinkled and it's an old potato. And soft, feel it. Feel the produce. You'll know it's fresh that way. All right. Now for my sweet potato. This is one of the best potatoes in the world. A sweet potato, often called yam in many places, is full of fiber and it's full of other good stuff too that I forgot. But it's good for you. And it makes the potato latkes just have a little special, I like to say in French, je ne sais quoi, which is, you know, uniqueness, specialness. I like to peel that out. You know what? Sometimes when we're cooking in the kitchen, we get into it, you know, and we make a mess, and that's okay, you know, because life is not perfect. We just keep peeling, keep on keeping on, and keep peeling. So. Oh my goodness, this is a big potato. Ooh. A lot of peel. Oh, and when you do potato latkes, don't buy those potatoes that have those weird shapes and stuff, because when you start peeling, you got those crevices and stuff. That's a pain. Try to get the smoother surfaces, because it makes your work more efficient. I learned that the hard way. So we're going to leave it in the water, and I'm going to clean this up. All right, so you take your potato, and you start grating right into that water. And when you get to the end there, don't worry about it. You know, it's not worth it to ruin the manicure. So now we've grated all of the potatoes into the bowl. And when you get the last piece, you know, hey, they're so great and save my manicure. So I'm just kind of clean it up. And now we're going to squeeze all the starch out that we don't want, and we want to make it as wonderfully dry as possible because we want nice crisp potato latkes when we fry them up. So I'm going to take a nice, excuse me, okay, I'm done munching. I'm going to take a nice cheesecloth. I like to use my cheesecloth here, and can you reuse this? And what I like to do is I like to place my potatoes like so into my cheesecloth. This is the fun part. Ooh, look at that. You squeeze all that excess starch, and you want to get it as dry as possible. Squeeze all of that starchy stuff out. All right. And when you have as much starch and liquidy starch out of your, you can twist it too. That's another trick, is just to keep twisting. There we go. There we go. Nice and squeezed out. To grab another bowl and just place my potatoes so it's nice and dry. And just do this for all the potatoes until you're this is fun. So you just kind of like doing a little tourniquet. There we go. Oh, that nice potatoes. Cheesecloth is so nice to have in a kitchen when you have projects like this. It really allows you to do so much. All right, just add that. Oops. Don't do this when you're angry. You might have an explosion of potatoes. All right, now our potatoes are ready And we're going to add our rest of our ingredients and get started. Alright, so to get started on our potato latkes, what I like to do is I like to put in about, and we're going to shallow fry these. So we're going to get a nice skillet like this, non-stick. It makes it easier. And I like to use coconut oil, which is a really, really good oil to use. Your body burns this oil. It has an ingredient called lauric acid. And that's really, I found out it's very good for your body. And not only does coconut oil heat up in hot temperatures really well, I like to save my extra virgin olive oil for my salads. The coconut oil is perfect for frying, and I always use it as much as I can. So while that's heating up on kind of a medium high, I'm just finished grating 2 onions. So what I like to do is I like to add my onions, even with the juice, into the potatoes. All right. I like to whisk 3 eggs, and whenever I'm cooking with eggs, I like to keep them at room temperature because otherwise the eggs get shocked, you know? So just crack 3 eggs. And I like to use the organic because it's at the health store. Whisk it. Put the eggs in. I like to use a 1/2 cup of matzo meal. 1 teaspoon of sea salt, kosher. Teaspoon of baking powder. And I get this unbleached flour, which is still retains some of its nutritional value, and I like to put a good 4 tablespoons, and I like to put heaping, you know. Sometimes you have more potatoes than... All right, so here we go. And the last step is optional, but I like to add a little bit of flavor. And I take what I like to do, and the oil is getting hot, just reduce the flames. You'll see it smoking a little bit around the edges, so you just turn the flame down to low. And what I like to do is I like to take a little bit of parsley, and adding parsley to the potato latkes just adds a really nice touch, okay? And to get parsley to really get fine, you want to take it in your hand and you just want to squeeze it like a tight ball. And the trick to getting it cut really finely is just to hold it really tight and just gently slice. And then you get these really nice, finely chopped parsley. Nice and finely chopped, like so. Add that in there. We're going to mix that. You can do it with your hand. You can do it with a nice spoon. We're going to get that nicely incorporated and mixed in, like so. Now, when I'm ready to start, I like to take my measuring cup. It says Queen of the Kitchen. Okay, and I like to shape it like so. Hold it in my hand, flatten it, because you want them crispy on the edges. You don't want them too thick. So they're nice like that. And they're evenly shaped. And I love when people eat with their eyes first. So if it looks beautiful, they're going to eat it. You know? Hey, so you'll know when oh, they're not quite ready. So you have to watch them closely because you don't want them to burn. You'll know when it's time to turn them over after about 3 or 4 minutes. What I like to do is just by eye, that way you're not watching the clock the whole time. And basically the edges start getting kind of a golden brown all around, and you can lift it up and you can start seeing the other side starting to cook. So while you're waiting for all of them to start really getting crispy on the edges, I like to sing. And since it's Hanukkah, the festival of lights that celebrates the oil, I always like to sing, "This little light of mine, I'm gonna make it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna make it shine." Oh, look at that, what the singing has done. Now you'll see the edges are nice and crispy and golden. You don't want dark brown, you want kind of a rich golden color. And then you start flipping them over, like so. Oh yeah, that is nice. Oh. And if it wanted, yeah, it's just such a nice, one of the holiday favorites. There we go. Now it's time for our spice of life. Ladies, remember this always. You are the heart and soul of your home. You are the pot. You decide which lid fits your pot. If the lid doesn't fit, you must acquit. Don't do it. An improper lid in any way, shape, or form, you will feel it inside. Listen to that voice. Don't ever settle, ever. And when it's dating, it's investigating. You want a man of good character, ladies. Men are visual creatures. You want someone who has values, so he will value you. A real gentleman. My girlfriend Hava always taught me this saying, "Those who hate make me great." You hang out with people who really genuinely love you, support you, and encourage you, and are really happy for you when you are successful. Not everybody has your best interest at heart. And don't let anyone poop on your party. And all you young princesses out there, find out what talents you have. What's in your heart? What's your dream? Develop them. Yeah, you young princesses in middle school and high school, that's what I'm talking about. You, go out there and go and make your contribution in this world. And then when you've achieved your dream and goals, look at all your options and then pick. And watch out for the boys who are not men of good character. What I call the classic schizoid. Grade A, prime slime. Stay away from them, okay? And when you look into the mirror, every time, it's what you say, positive affirmations in your head. When you look in the mirror, you go, I am both beautiful and smart. I don't care what the MRI shows your brain to be a pea size. You believe you're smart. If you believe it, you can achieve it. And I don't care if people teased you about the freckles on your face. Those aren't freckles. Those are heavenly kisses. Love yourself. You can't love anyone else unless you love yourself first. Communication is so key. If someone steps on my toes, I say, ouch! Don't do everything. Otherwise, you'll end up like Puffy here. See Puffy? Oh yeah. He is spiked out, stressed out. You gotta take care of you. Listen to your body. Don't do everything. Don't overexert yourself. You can't take care of anyone else unless you take care of yourself first. This is Chef Suzy G, signing out. Until next time. Love and sisterhood.